Okay, so we will be learning about maximum likelihood decoding in this lecture. Okay, so when we talk about maximum likelihood, that means closest, we are finding the closest received code word. We will be comparing a received code word with the matrix and finding the closest received code word, selecting a code word that is closest to the received code word. We will be code word, selecting a code word that is closest to the received code word. Okay, so we have seen in our labs that to do this, we will be finding the distance of received vector or a received code word vector with, we will be comparing the distance of the received code vector, finding the distance of the received code vector with the generated code matrix. Okay, and we will be seeing which one is the nearest, that is which one has the minimum distance. Okay, we are interested in finding the minimum distance. Okay, so in convolution code, when we go for the maximum likelihood, we term it, the algorithm is known as the Viterbi algorithm. The Viterbi algorithm. So we will be studying about Viterbi algorithm. Okay, so let's move to this. So in this, we will be taking a convolution encoder, that is this convolution encoder will be 1 cross 2, r is equals to 1 by 2, because for every 1 bit of message, 2 bits of code word will be generated. So I will be saying that this is an example of 1 by 2 convolution encoder. As discussed in the previous lecture, we can find the matrix or generator vector for individual outputs. For U1, it will be 111 because all the three are connected, present, 1 bit pass, 2 bit pass are connected. So its vector will be 111. And for U2, it will be 101. So this is already known because it is connected to present as well as second 2 bit pass. Using this, we can make a state diagram, state transition diagram. Okay, or you can directly multiply, you can make a matrix, a generator matrix, as we have already discussed. So for this, generator matrix will be 1 1 1 0 1 1 and then shift 1 1 1 0 1 1 and so on. It will be a semi-infinite matrix. So we have found the code word, convolution code word, using either this technique, this technique. Okay. The another technique is by using the trellis diagram. If we are using a trellis diagram, we can do the same. So let's see how to do the trellis diagram. So in the diagram that is shown, you can see a trellis diagram for the same r is equals to 1 by 2 convolution code. In the trellis diagram, there is a transition of state for every instant. So this is, suppose k is equals to 0 instant, 1 instant, 2 instant, 3 instant, and so on till n instance. So for every instance, we will be defining the input versus output as the state changes from one to another. Okay, so let's see how to do this. So the first bit that entered was 0. The first bit that entered was 0. We already know that the top path or the upper path will be for 0, and the below path or lower path will always be 1. So when we are talking about 0, we will be taking the above path from the first stage. Always remember the first state will be a 0 because we will be starting with a already reset system in which we will be starting from the 0. Okay, always remember that the first state will be a 0 state. So we started from this state. We have taken the path, that is the top path, 0 by 0 0, and we have noted its value, that was 0 0. Then we move to the second state. This was the second stage. From the second state, the input was 1. Input was 1. So from these two paths, we have chosen the lower path because 1 means lower. Okay, so from these two paths, we have chosen the lower path, and it was giving us an output of 1 1. So we noted it down, that was 1 1. Next, moving to third stage. Now we have moved to this stage. Okay, so this state we will be finding, we have moved to this state. We have two positions, 0/10 and 1/101. नेक्स्ट इनपुट इज 1. सो हम 1 से मूव करेंगे नेक्स्ट स्टेज पे. लोअर पाथ लिया, दिस वाज द टॉप पाथ, दिस वाज द लोअर पाथ. हमने लोअर पाथ लिया एंड वी नोटेड द आउटपुट वैल्यू दैट वाज 0 1. हमने नोट किया 0 1. ओके, अब मूव कर गए दिस स्टेज पे, दिस. सो अगेन इनपुट इज 1. Input is 1, that means upper path, lower path, we have to take the lower path and note down the output value, that was 1 0. Note down. Moving to the this stage, again 0, because we have to pad it with two zeros. So 0 upper path, input was 0, output was 0 1, we have noted down 0 1. Similarly for the last 0/1 1, that was 1 1. So using a trellis diagram, we can find a respective code word for a data word, that was 0 1 1 1. This was a data word. This was a data word. Because there were two stages, we have padded it with two zeros, and the respective code word was this. So हम trellis diagram से भी find out कर सकते हैं what our code word will be. So using this trellis diagram, we can also decode a particular code word if it is given that the received code word is this, and we have to use the maximum likelihood to find the transmitted code word. Received code word is given, we have to find the transmitted code word. Okay, so how to do that? And if transmitted code word is known, we can find the transmitted data word. Okay, so how to do that? So for doing this, we have to backtrace, we have to find the path, that has the least distance, or that is providing the least errors, that has least distance. If you see that in every stage there are two paths. Okay, एक path ये है and one path is this. So if I am going from this stage to this stage, यदि मैं यहाँ पे खड़ा हूँ, if I am standing at this state, I will be knowing that either I will be coming from this or this. या तो हम इससे आ रहे होते हैं या तो इससे आ रहे होते हैं. फर्स्ट स्टेज पे there is only one path, that is it will be coming from a zero state. But when we are going to this state, then I will be saying either I am coming from this or this. I am coming from one state or a two state. So how to do that? हमको ये चेक करना पड़ेगा कि which path has the lowest distance, and I will be moving to that. That path which has the lowest distance is known as a survival path. That is known as the survival path. Okay, best path, that means the minimum distance path. Let's see this with an example. Okay, so हमने receive किया है, the received data word is 1 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 0, and this trellis diagram is given. We will be calling it as a Viterbi diagram or a trellis diagram. It means the same. So how to fill this table so that we are knowing which path we should follow? चलो start करते हैं. So we will be starting from the 0th path, that is the state 0. हम यहाँ से start किए. Okay, सबसे first we can go either to this state or this state. ठीक है, receive vector was 1 1, receive data is 1 1. So हमने 1 1 से 0 0 को compare किया, it was giving a minimum distance of 2, and if we compare 1 1 with 1 1, I will be getting a distance of 0. तो यानी हम if state 0 से state 0 पे move करते हैं, then the minimum distance is 2, and if we move from 0 to state 2, then the distance is 0. ठीक है? Okay, in first there is only two paths. हमने mention कर दिया. Infinity means these are the open path, because यहाँ से अभी कोई भी input आया ही नहीं है. Moving to the second stage. अब move करो. So the data is 1 0. Okay, if we move from this state to this state, यहाँ से यहाँ move करते हैं, so you can see 2 2 was already there, and if we compare 0 0 with 1 0, it will be 1. 2 plus 1 3, and from this path it will be infinity plus 1, so it will be always greater, infinity hoga. So we have to find the minimum between 2 plus 1 and infinity plus 1, that will be 3. तो हम लोगों ने 3 को चूज कर लिया. ठीक है, so this is, if I can write, I will write minimum of 2 plus 1 comma infinity plus 1. So we have chosen 3. Moving to the second stage. Second stage पे we have second state, that means we have this path or this path, या तो इस path से या तो इस path से. If we start from this path, it will be 0 and 1 0 compared with 1 0, that is 0. So it will be minimum of 0 comma infinity plus 2. 1 0 compared with 1 0, sorry, 0 1 compared with 1 0, that is 2. So minimum of 0 comma infinity will be 0. ये वाला path ले लिया. Similarly, if you see this, it will be 2. If you see this path, it will be 2 base 2 and compare 1 1 with 1 0, it will be 2 plus 1, that is 3. ठीक, दूसरा पाथ कौन सा है, ये this path is infinity plus 1, so I have to choose 3. 2 plus 1, that is 3. ठीक है, moving to the last state, that is this state. 0, this is 0. If I talk about this will be 0, and 1 0, sorry, 0 1 compared with 1 0, that is 2. So 0 plus 2, and from this path I will be getting infinity plus 0, that is infinity. So minimum will be 2. ठीक है, तो हम लोगों ने डिस्टेंस मिनिमम मेंशन कर दिया. नेक्स्ट मूविंग टू द थर्ड स्टेज. थर्ड स्टेज पे आते हैं. सो फर्स्ट talking about this state, this path or this path. Okay, so which path we should take? This will be 3 plus 2, 0 0 compared with 1 1, 3 plus 2, 5, and this path 0 and 1 1 compared with 1 1, that is 0. So 0 plus 0, so I will be choosing a 0. If we talk about this, two paths are there, either this path or this path. इस path की बात करो, 3 1 0 compared with 1 1, एक distance, weight is 1, so 3 plus 1, that is 4. 3 plus 1, that is 4. And if we talk about this path, इस path की बात करो, ये क्या है, 2 plus 1, that is 3. So I will be choosing this path. I will be choosing this path. Okay. So हर केस में when we talk about this, when we compare this path with this path, because this has the minimum path, इसको हम लोग survival path कहेंगे. ठीक है, जो भी path बचता है after comparing the path with the lowest distance, is known as survival path. Okay, तो इसी तरीके से 2 का कंपेयर कर लो and 3 का कंपेयर कर लो, and you will be getting this. Moving to this state, again 0 and 3 2 3. We can move ahead until unless last bit has been tackled. Okay, so when we move to the last stage, जहाँ पे कोई भी bit अब decode करने के लिए नहीं बची, we will choose the path with the lowest distance. So this is the path, this is the state with the lowest distance. So I will select this. कि हम यहाँ पर जो आए हैं, this has the minimum distance. यानी if I choose this state, I will be encountering a path with one error. I will be encountering a path with one error. अब now we have to backtrace. अब हम backtrace करेंगे so that we can find a path. So next, if यहाँ पर थे, so which path we have chosen? इस पाथ से हम चलते तो इट विल बी 2 प्लस 2 if you choose this. Okay, so either 2 plus 2 or 1 plus 0. So I will be choosing this path. देखो इसमें हम लोगों ने ये पाथ चुना होगा, देन ओनली यहाँ पे आए होंगे. ओके, सो दिस विल बी a 0. This will be a 0, right? Agree to this. This path is 1 0. Okay, and respective output is 1 0. अब हम स्टेट पे आ गए, हम बैक ट्रेस करना स्टार्ट कर चुके हैं. Some query is there. Let me come to this. Okay, so yes. So हम बैक ट्रेस करना स्टार्ट किए हैं. So I will be moving to this. अब यहाँ से either I have started from this or this. इन दोनों में से कौन सा पाथ हमको चूज करना है? I3 से तो हम स्टार्ट नहीं किए होंगे. Obviously we have chosen this path. Okay, so this path lower path है. That means it will be a 1 and giving a 1 1. Okay. अब इस स्टेट पे आ गए. इस स्टेट से either I have started from this or this. So this is the path. So this will be giving me 0. Upper path is there 0 0. ठीक है, इधर आ गए. So I must have started from this. This is a selection. I have started from this. This is also above path or upper path. So 0 slash 1 1. From this I must have started from this. So this is again upper path 0 1 0. And from this I must have started from this position. So this is again, this is a lower path. So 1 slash 1 1. ठीक है, अब चेक करो. There is no error. There is no error. There is no error. No error. यहाँ पर 1 1 0 1. So this is one error. हमने ट्रांसमिट ये किया था and we received this. And if you compare the transmitted with the received, you can see there is an error of 1 bit. और ये चीज यही बता रहा है कि there is an error of 1 bit. Okay, and if someone is asking you the data, so data is 1 0 0 0 1 0. Okay, 1 0 0 0 1 0. Is it okay? Okay, so just showing you the same thing. So we have chosen this path, and the red colored mark is the erroneous bit. Okay, so this was the transmitted code, and this was the transmitted data.
सर एक डाउट है,
पूछो.
वो बॉक्सेस के जैसे आपने आगे की साइड में 0 0 और जैसे पहले बॉक्स आगे 0 0 और 1 1 लिख रखा है, वो क्या है?
ये चीज, ये
नहीं,
बात कर रहे हो?
ये तो वैल्यूज है कि
ये, हाँ,
उसके आगे की साइड में
ये चीज, ये
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
ये फॉर एवरी स्टेट. जब हम एक स्टेट की बात करते हैं, लेट्स गो टू दिस. एवरी स्टेट गिव्स अस टू वैल्यूज. यदि वो 0 इनपुट आएगा तो, और 1 आउट इनपुट आएगा तो. इफ इट इज गोइंग फ्रॉम 0 स्टेट, देखो यहाँ से, इफ आई एम स्टैंडिंग एट 0 स्टेट, तो इफ 0 इनपुट आता है तो आई एम गोइंग टू 0 स्टेट अगेन, and my output will be 0 0.
हाँ ठीक है आउटपुट.
Okay, and if I am getting an input of 1, then 1 1 output. तो यही दिखाया है यहाँ पे 0 1.
हाँ ठीक है,
0 input, this is 1 input. ठीक है,
इनपुट. ठीक है.
वही मैंने बताया था कि अपर पाथ जो होगा that means 0 input, लोअर पाथ होगा that is 1 input. ये हमेशा याद रखना. ये एरोज नहीं मार्क है, so this is always be there. अपर पाथ 0 input, लोअर पाथ 1 input. ठीक है, एंड रिस्पेक्टिव जब एग्जामिनेशन में क्वेश्चंस दिए जाते हैं, देन इट इज मेंशन्ड समथिंग लाइक दिस. ओके, सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर जो अपर इनपुट आउटपुट लिखा होगा, दिस इज फॉर 1. sorry, this will be for 0 input and this will be for 1 input.